Hi, my name is Ben. I want to give you a quick introduction to Brandmachine. So, what problem do we solve with Brandmachine? Essentially, you want to, move traditional photography into the AI sphere. Um, and so, for fashion lifestyle brands, the only thing that you have right now is like either prompting models directly or using these like really cumbersome, really technical like node editors, and it's all a big mess. So we designed a system. We designed Brandmachine to basically sit on top of the AI models and then use another AI and to kind of coordinate between those models. And then we built a really beautiful UI on top of it. So let me show you that to you. So first of all, you obviously want to create your own fashion models. So we have a section here. You can, change the models, right? So I started out with this person here, Heather, with long hair. Then I said, no, I want this, edgy look. So create a short hair, create short cropped hair. And this is also, by the way, where our agent comes in. So we believe in the fact that if you click the same button twice, that's a waste of time, right? AI should do that for you. So if you go to the side menu here, you see the agent, and you can see that I basically interacted with the agent via chat. And why I'm saying agent, not chat, is because it can actually change stuff in the system, right? So I basically said, okay, I want to, change the hair here. I want this, and the agent basically said, okay, let me create this like white bleached stubble hair for her. So here you can create different looks and kind of work on your model. You can also add a brand identity to the system, which kind of will then be used by the system to create new locations and basically all the AI prompts throughout the system. So that's fashion models. Then essentially what you want to get out of it, you want to do two things, right? Like campaigns, meaning you have a background and some sort of scenery, and you want to do all of that kind of product shots, white background or studio background. You want to also bring that into the AI sphere. And then obviously product videos, but we'll skip that part for now because it gets too deep. But there also is this like, how do we automate this? How do we make that fast? So I'll also talk about that. Okay, so let's talk about campaigns quickly. So you can see I've created these 3 campaigns. I have one campaign with this one single shot, which you can see is basically our model that we created. And then I can go to edit controls here and see the location, Japanese museum, and the product that I uploaded. And I also can give kind of styling references here, like the model has her hands above her head, which is something that I also in this case instructed the agent, right? Like make it a bit more high fashion, and so you can do this here. By the way, we also have an inbuilt AI photo editor, so a lot of times we see that there's little problems with the AI generation. So instead of going into Photoshop, you can just kind of prompt to change the background or change the dress color here. And there is the spot correction tool, so if there's something wrong with the logo or something, you can just kind of draw on it and then upload a reference image, and then we will fix that with AI just in a quick go. So really kind of thought about the whole chain and really solving the problem that you have, and not just giving you a bunch of like random tools that frustrate you. Okay, let's go and look at another feature here, which is group shots. So group shots is a very kind of difficult thing to pull off if you are not working with Brandmachine, if you work with these like little node editors. So essentially what we are doing here is, you already have a single shot, let's say, of Atlas, or fashion model Atlas here with clothing. And then, we can basically composite him into a shot together with Astrid, because those already exist as single shots, and then you can create a group shot really easily. So to create a campaign, you need a location, and I've created 3 locations here. So let's look at the winter location actually, and it's broken down into location, lighting, mood, and extra. So are there people in the background, right? And there's 2 ways to work with it, right? Like this very visual kind of artistic way, like you might have a visual briefing, for example. So you can just drop that into this area, and then and I will analyze it and kind of populate these fields. Or you can just do that also for the kind of individual fields here. So drop an image here, and then it will only apply to location. You can obviously change the text by hand, but why would you do that, right? Like an animal. So you can also obviously talk to the agent and say, I don't know, make it snow, right? And the agent will kind of go in, look at the kind of information in the system, and then actually populate that here and regenerate that. So you can kind of go through the same iteration process as with fashion models. All right, so that was the campaign process. So let's now look at kind of product photography, which we call Product Studio. And Product Studio essentially, the use case here is, right, you have kind of these input images, maybe like a sandal or something like to style it with. You have your model, and then you have a lot of different perspectives. So perspectives is what we call, like a front shot, a back shot, a detail shot, marketplace, with a kind of different background color, let's say, stuff like that. And this you can see here, right? So front, back, and stuff like that. And then you can create the setup in the studio setup. So essentially, you can kind of add global instructions, right? Like it always is like a white background or whatever. And then you can also add these perspectives here and customize them. Front, back, you can see that I actually added a certain like background color, hex color here. So you can really kind of, do that, define that individually. So now what I want to show you quickly, because we also see a model here, is I want to show you how to create a new fashion model, because those are completely custom. And then we will quickly look at the shot planner. So create a new fashion model, female, high fashion, red hair, cropped, nose ring, green eyes. All right. So, this basically works for everything, like shooting locations, campaigns, and stuff like that, where, the Brandmachine agent can actually use the system. You can see we are creating this cast now, and, in the background, it will kind of create that cast and the different images. So while it's working, let's quickly look at another really great feature, which is Shot Planner. So Shot Planner essentially is meant to, because now you saw Product Studio, but if you have to do that by hand, that's insane, right? Like it's such a lot of work. So what you can do with AI Shot Planner is you can essentially create what we call skills. So those are rule sets, like, we always want to create an outfit, and, if you see sandals, then they are just an accessory, and, they should be styled to dresses. But if you have skirts or whatever, then, we want high heels or, whatever. Let's look at that really quick. So here you can see a couple of dresses I uploaded, a mock neck, sandals, and we actually, in this case, we said, for example, like the sandals should, not be primary products, but styled with the dresses, but the boots should be styled with the skirt, for example. So those can be skills. So skills are basically global rules that you can reuse, or you can be more specific and put that into the instructions. And then the agent actually looks at all of those products. We analyze the product, right? We scan it, we describe it. You can see that here. So it also detects if it's from the front or the back. It also looks at the file name, for example. And then you can see, it picked up a model because it didn't describe that. So it kind of did, just picked one. And then it basically assigns that, right? It says, okay, I'll create 3 Product Studio items. So pre-product studios, as we saw with the white dress. And then, you know, this is the front image, this is the back image. I'll style it in this way because that's what you described, right? So you can see the sandal, for example, is styled with the two dresses from the front and the back, and the skirt and the mock neck and the boots are styled together. And so what you can do then is you can just execute that. So then it just generates all of the different perspectives and all of the studios for you. And you don't need to do that by hand, right? So it's a really kind of powerful way to, you know, automate everything. You as the brand dictate the rules, right? You set the rules, you kind of iterate with the agent, and then, you know, all of the the workflow is done, you know, through the AI agent. All right, the last thing I want to quickly talk about is the API, right? So typically you have like you know, product information coming from a system and then going into a system. So that's where we have a powerful API, and we are really, you know, designed to be modular. So we have an MCP integration and an API. So whatever system you use with Brandmachine, you can do that, right? Your product information can then flow out to another system, and there's triggers and automations to also do that. So it was, I think it's important to also say that this is, you know, meant to really solve the problem of, you know, AI photography for fashion and lifestyle brands, but by no means we, you know, want to be an isolated system. Okay, so I hope, you know, this was a kind of a understandable introduction to Brandmachine. If you want to, you know, talk to us, let me know. And yeah, I hope you have a great day and see you soon. Bye bye.